Welcome everyone, I'm Breakup Brad. I've been a breakup coach for almost 15 years, and I've helped literally tens of thousands of people get their ex back. And of course, over that time, I've seen exactly what tends to make an ex want you back. I've learned what actions you can take and what things you can say to force them to regret the breakup. And that is exactly what this video is all about. 5 things that you can do to make your ex regret breaking up and change their mind so that they beg you to come back. Let's get started. So to begin with, I want to make one thing clear right off the bat, and that is that everything that I'll be sharing in this video applies really to all breakup situations. So whether your ex dumped you, whether the breakup was mutual, or even if you were the one to initiate your breakup and have since changed your mind, these 5 things will help create a sense of doubt and regret in your ex's mind and work to convince them that breaking up was the wrong choice and that they should act quickly to take you back before it's too late. Now let's begin with the first and most obvious thing that will make your ex regret the breakup. And that is number 1, disappear. So when you broke up, your ex expected you to behave in certain ways. In my experience, in almost every breakup situation, your ex is going to assume that you're going to hang around for a period of time after breaking up. They anticipate that they'll be able to continue talking to you at least occasionally for weeks or even months. And this probably isn't an assumption that they've consciously thought about, but rather a subconscious belief based on their own past experience, as well as TV and movies and so on. But what this means is that they assume that they'll have time to adjust to life without you. They think that you'll hang around, be available to answer their calls whenever they need to hear your voice, and just be there when they miss you like crazy. And this is something that you cannot let your ex enjoy. You need them to actually feel the pain of missing you. And the more absent you are from your ex's daily life, and the sooner you build that distance after breaking up, the more intense and powerful their feelings of missing you are going to feel. So this means that every time you contact your ex after breaking up, every time you respond to their text, answer their call, or see them in person, you're actively reducing how much they're going to miss you. And after all, it makes sense, right? The more you vanish from your ex's life, the less they get to see you or talk to you, and the more they're going to feel the sudden void that creates. And of course, if they are missing you like crazy, and remember, they almost certainly didn't expect you to disappear entirely from their life so quickly, they're going to start to regret breaking up in the first place. And number 2, act like you don't give a shit. So much like we just talked about, this is another one that taps into your ex's expectations about how things would go after breaking up. They expected you, at least to some extent, to struggle with the breakup, to be depressed, heartbroken, and just generally down in the dumps. Now, most people do this to some extent after a breakup, so your ex almost certainly assumed that you would have difficulty at first, adjusting to life without you. What they're definitely not expecting is for you to just go on with your life, acting as though, nothing has changed and that you're not really all that fazed by the breakup. So by continuing to go to work or school, hang out with your friends, pursue your hobbies and so on, you're showing your ex that you're not defined by your relationship or your breakup, that you have a life outside of your ex, and that you won't sit around crying on the couch just because they made a dumb decision to break up. It boosts your perceived value as a romantic partner, as dumb as that might sound, and will force your ex to second guess their decision and wonder, whether they might have made a big mistake by letting someone like you slip away. And equally important here is that you do your absolute best to hide your own emotions. So no matter how heartbroken you might feel right now, do whatever you can to keep your ex from seeing that. Make them think that you're emotionally unaffected by breaking up, that you're not scared by the idea of life without them, and that you're ready and able to quickly move on to somebody new if that they don't change their mind soon. And this sends a very powerful message to your ex and will make them feel that sense of regret that you're aiming for. Number 3, remind them of the positives. If you can remind your ex of your best traits and the most positive aspects of your old relationship, they'll feel nostalgic and they'll long to have those things back. For example, if you're funny and you could always make your ex laugh, well, then they're going to miss those old jokes, and any reminder of your sense of humor will bring those feelings back to the surface for them. They'll remember how you could always make them laugh and wish that you were still around now to, crack a joke and make them smile. And obviously, that's going to help to create a sense of doubt and feelings of regret in the back of their mind. Or similarly, maybe you were really supportive of their schoolwork or their budding career. You let them vent their frustrations after a long day of classes or at the office, and they look to you for encouragement and support. So if you remind them of how helpful you were in that way when you were still together, if they wished you were still around to provide that support and encouragement, well, then they're going to focus on the fact that they've lost that since breaking up. Or as a final example, maybe you and your ex shared a lot of adventures together, you traveled every weekend, went camping, hiking, backpacked around Southeast Asia, and so on. Well, now their travel companion is gone. And so any reminder of those happy times that you shared and the adventures you went on together is going to bring back a flood of nostalgic memories. And it's going to cause for them to long for a travel partner like that again, and just somebody to share their future adventures with. And they'll feel, a sense of regret at the thought that they let that adventure partner walk out of their life. And number 4, start dating again. Now, you probably expected this one. It's not exactly a secret that jealousy can be a powerful tool to make your ex feel regret. Not only are you saying to your ex, hey, I'm a great catch that other people are eager to date, you're also creating a sense of urgency for your ex by showing them in no uncertain terms that you're capable and willing of moving on to somebody new. Now, of course, I completely understand that you don't really feel like dating right now. You might be completely focused on winning your ex back and have no interest in going on a date with somebody new. But try your best to put those feelings aside for now and focus on how much doing so will make your ex regret dumping you. And don't think that you have to be looking for a long-term relationship here. Just put yourself out there on Tinder or other dating apps. Let your friends set you up and so on. Just try to have fun in the moment and go in without expectations. And when your ex finds out that you have started dating again, and believe me, they almost certainly will sooner or later, they're going to start to worry that you've already moved on. And that's going to instill a sense of regret in the back of their mind. And number 5, make positive changes to your life. So let's finish off with one of the easiest ones here to actually implement. And that is to just simply make positive changes to yourself or to your life in general. So I'm talking about really any change you make to yourself. A haircut, a new haircut, a new wardrobe, losing weight, or any, changes or advances to your life generally, like getting a new job or making new friends, learning a new skill, winning an award, etc. Now, as far as your physical appearance goes, that one's pretty obvious. Of course, your ex is going to notice if you've lost 5 pounds, put on some muscle, got a new haircut, or whatever. And it might sound pretty superficial, but the simple fact that you're willing and able to change yourself for the better is going to have a subconscious impact on how your ex thinks about you and your potential as a romantic partner. And beyond physical changes, any positive steps you take in your life, like I said, things like getting a promotion at work or learning to play the guitar, joining an evening class and making friends, etc. Those things might not seem like they'd have any impact on how your ex perceives you, but they really do. Not only does this kind of thing show your ex that you're not a desperate loser sitting at home, all the time, but it also has 3 other benefits. First, it proves that you're a successful, ambitious person who's actually going places in life. Secondly, it gives you plenty of interesting, things to talk about and share with your ex once you actually do begin reconnecting, which can be really helpful. And finally, it's almost certain to boost your self-confidence and self-esteem, which on its own is going to make you more attractive to your ex and, just to the opposite sex more broadly. So, as we already touched on briefly in number 2 earlier, you can't ignore the importance of just getting ahead in your own life after the breakup, kickstarting your social life, getting ahead in work or school, making physical changes to your appearance and your daily routine. These are going to make your ex start to regret breaking up. And they're also going to help you in life more generally, whether you get your ex back or not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I really wanted to keep this video on the shorter side, so I am going to wrap it up here. Please don't forget to visit breakupbrad.com/coaching if you need my personal help with your, unique or unusual situation. My one-on-one coaching service is way more affordable than you might think, and I would love to learn about your breakup and help you ensure that you get your ex to come back before it's too late. You can get all the details and you can sign up right now at breakupbrad.com/coaching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you again soon.